Hello friends, EduTap welcomes you all. This video is with respect to myths on the calculators which are allowed in RBI Grade B exam. There are a lot of misconception among the students as in what does exactly non-programmable calculator means. So we will try to address all your concerns in this video. Well, to be very precise, which calculators are allowed? Well, the words which are written in the RBI notifications is non-programmable. So exactly now, what does non-programmable calculators looks like, right? So these are two non-programmable calculators. The one on the left side is, we can call it an advanced version of non-programmable calculator. You can see this is a calculator by Canon here, and it has various functions like sine, cos, cube root. It has functions of log, right? You can also find a power of any number with this calculator, or you can find a root to any power using this calculator. On the right hand side, there is a normal non-programmable calculator. This is very common among the shops, or in your home also there might be one calculator like this. This is very basic calculator. With this you can just multiply, plus, divide, etc. and you can just find a square root. You cannot find a root to the power of 10 of any number. And the calculator which is on the left is most probably the calculator which most of you would have used in your graduation, right? So this is a misconception that the calculator on the left hand side is not allowed in the RBI Grade B exams. This is not the case. The calculator on the left hand side of your screen is a non-programmable calculator and should be allowed in the exam. We will see why the confusion is later in this video. Now, what does programmable calculators means? Actually, now on your screen there are three programmable calculators which definitely are not allowed in RBI Grade B exam. Now, programmable calculators actually can carry out a sequence of operations under a control of a stored program. They work like a computer sometimes, and they are very much graphical. As you can see in the screens of all these three calculators, all of these are having good graphical interface. So if a calculator is having a good graphical interface, definitely it is going to be a programmable calculator. Another difference that can be noticed between a non-programmable and a programmable calculator is that non-programmable calculators will not have matrix or vector functions which programmable calculators will have. So cut short, the programmable calculators are very advanced calculators which can carry out functions like a computer does. They would have a graphical interface, they would have a metric and a vector functions, and definitely these programmable calculators are not, I repeat, are not allowed in RBI Grade B exam. Now, what is the confusion? As we discussed, people think that the calculator on the left hand side of your screen are not allowed in Grade B exam because they are advanced calculators. But as we discussed, these are advanced calculators but are still non-programmable calculators on the left hand side of your screen. These are allowed in the RBI Grade B examination. Now, why is there confusion? First is that as many opinions as number of people who are giving RBI Grade B exam. So everybody has a different opinion, and which creates a confusion. And the serious point is that RBI invigilators are not sensitized on this issue. Sometimes they object to advanced non-programmable calculators being used. That is, the calculators which are allowed as per RBI notification. If you carry them to the exam center, the RBI invigilators are not aware that they can be used, and they object those calculators being used. And last year same thing happened. Many people used the advanced version of non-programmable calculators, but at the same time at many centers they were not allowed to use them. So cut short again, RBI allows the use of non-programmable calculators which we saw on the left hand side of your screen here, but then RBI invigilators are not sensitized, and this creates confusion because they object to these calculators being used. Now, what is the solution for you? Obviously you cannot take a risk. you have to carry both the calculators to the exam, the one on the left hand side and on the right hand side. even if any of the invigilators object to use of this calculator on the left hand side of your screen, I think you should fight for your rights. You should mention that it is allowed as per RBI notification and you should be allowed to use it. You can mention this in an assertive manner, but at the end of the day it would be the invigilator who would have to decide this. So if they do not budge upon your request, then you have no option but to use a normal calculator. Now again the question is, which one should you practice during your preparation? Unfortunately, you have to use both the calculators because you do not know whether you would be allowed to use the advanced version of non-programmable calculator or not. So please do a hands-on practice on both the calculators. Basically, I think using the advanced version should not be a problem because it's very simple. You would be given all the functions, or you can find powers to nth degree, and you can also find the root to the nth degree. So using the advanced version would not need much practice, but yes, please get a hands up on them, and you should need a good amount of practice with a normal calculator because solving some complex equations with those normal calculators is a time consuming process. So yes, practice using both of them, but at the end of the day, if you are allowed to use advanced calculator in the exam, use it. It will save a lot of time, and that saved time can be used to fetch some extra marks. And these are just some brands and models of advanced non-programmable calculators which should be allowed in the examination. So you can just go through this list, and if you plan to buy a non-programmable calculator, then you can go to the market and buy any of these models, but just take care that it should not have a good graphical interface and it should not have a matrix or a vector function, which only programmable calculators are having. So if your calculator is having a matrix or a vector kind of functions, then surely that is a programmable calculator. And if you need any other information with respect to RBI Grade B exam, you can visit our website www.edutap.co.in. You can also visit our blog www.rbigradeb.wordpress.com. We keep updating it with respect to recent updates on RBI Grade B exam. And still, if you have any queries unanswered, you can call us at 81462-07241. I repeat, 81462-07241. Well, thanks for now. I hope this video will help you a long way in removing your misconception regarding which calculators should be allowed, how should you prepare for the examination, which calculators should you use while doing your preparation. So definitely this should be helpful to you. Thank you.